How to promote events like a beast. Let's talk about how to promote events. And this is definitely something that I believe has been one of the major factors for the success of my organization. In fact, for the company of my, for my company in general. I know we have a lot of people from a lot of different companies, and whatever company that you're involved in, if you're doing live events, that is going to be a major key for your success, for your long-term success. And one of the reasons for that, it's something that I had said earlier, is momentum is created through belief. When you get a lot of people that have rock solid belief in your company, in your products, in your opportunity, in your services, that's when momentum kicks in. That's when activity kicks in. Activity follows feelings, activity follows motivation, and there's no better motivation, there's no better belief builder than getting people to a live event. And so I'm going to give you a handful of things that I cover. Number one is you want to promote the speakers at the event. So if you got an event and it's the top income earners, it's the founder of your company, it's your executives, if it's your directors of training, whatever it is, you want to promote the speakers. People can identify with that, and it creates some specifics. So this is someone specifically that you're going to learn from. So number one, promote the speaker. Number two, tell your own story. See, I think it's very important to have your own event story, because people relate to stories more than they do facts. Facts tell, stories sell. And so have an event promotion story. And one of the best ways to create an event promotion story is make sure when you come out of an event, the next training event that you go to, if you don't have a story now, go to your next event, coming out, blitz like you've never blitzed before. Take about 7 days, take 7 to 30 days, work harder than you've ever worked in your life with your company, and create a story. Go out and enroll 5 or 10 people, and create an organization and create a story that you can then use to go out and share with other people when you're promoting the events, because the top income earners in network marketing are always the best promoters. So you want to be a great promoter. So those are a couple things. The other thing is, if there's any kind of statistics, I know within our organization, the people who attend our training events earn 10 times more money than those who don't go. So, I'll talk about that. I'll say the people who come to our events are statistically proven to earn 10 times more commission checks than those who don't go. So if you go, it's proven you'll earn 10 times more. If you don't go, it's proven that you'll earn 10 times less. So let me ask you a question. Do you want to earn 10 times less or 10 times more? And just ask that question. People are always going to say more. And you say, great, let's get you booked to the event. And so just like closing for your business, just like closing for your products or your services, close for the events. Get people registered. I personally, here's my philosophy, is when it comes to business building, if I'm talking to someone about being a representative for my company, I believe more in sorting versus selling. I'm looking for people who are already hungry. I don't want to have to convince people to join, because then I have to convince them to do anything. But I do tend to push the events. If there's one thing I sell, I do sell the events. Now, here's another thing that I say that I think you can definitely use, that I think hits home with people, is you say, becoming a pro in our company is just like becoming a doctor or a lawyer. What would you think of me if I said, I'm really committed, totally committed to becoming a doctor, but I'm going to skip medical school? What would you think about me? You'd think I was crazy, stupid, or both. And I would be, because you can't become a doctor if you don't go to medical school. It's the same thing in our business. If you don't go to our trainings, you're not going to hit the top ranks in the company. See, I'm never worried about blowing people out of the business. I'm worried about telling the truth. And see, I know within our organization, within our company, if people don't attend the training events, they're not going to get the knowledge. They're not going to get the belief. And so I let them know, there's not any overwhelming evidence that shows that you can have huge success without going to training. It's kind of like if you bought a McDonald's franchise. Here's another example I use. If you bought a McDonald's franchise and you spent over $1 million for this franchise, and then they have Hamburger University that teaches you how to be a McDonald's franchise owner, and if you skipped that, it would be ludicrous. You'd never think in a million years to do that. And it's the same thing here, but what you got to realize is the lifestyle that you can create within our company is even greater lifestyle than you can create from owning a McDonald's franchise. So you're ready to get booked for the training. So again, it's always going back to closing for the event. Don't be shy. Don't be hesitant to close people on going to the events. So those are a handful of things on how to promote events. I appreciate that question.